What's up YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I am going to be speaking about having the Mars conjunct Saturn aspect in synastry with your partner. So let's start by looking at Mars. So when it comes to Mars in synastry, is going to be very important for being able to tell the energetic energy in a relationship. It's going to be the passion and the assertiveness of a relationship, and it's going to show you how that's going to play out in the dynamic between two individuals. Because of this, the aspects that are being made to Mars and the signs and placements of Mars are going to reveal the compatibility between two people, and the chemistry and attraction is going to be revealed by the Mars in the two partners' synastry charts. Also, on the other hand, Mars is going to also show the potential for conflict and the potential for being able to work through conflict and the ways in which they cooperate when it comes to being able to work through any conflict or tension in their relationship. And just overall, the chemistry and the energy and the vibe between two people is going to be easy to be determined by looking at the influence of the Mars between two people's synastry charts and understanding the Mars placements and the way in which it's influencing other parts of the chart can really have some very valuable insights into the chemistry, basically, and the energy and the attraction and how the relationship moves forward. So when it comes to Saturn and Mars in a conjunction in the same sign, Saturn and Mars can be two different energies. They're very different. And so having this conjunction between Saturn and Mars can kind of make for a pretty complicated relationship between these two planets. Mars is that passion, that drive, that desire to want to be able to move forward, and that energy. And Saturn is kind of an opposite energy, because Saturn wants to be able to be cautious, take time, and wants to move slowly but cautiously, with structure in mind and responsibility in mind and discipline, as well as setting limits, whereas Mars wants to just go. So with this conjunction, you've got a conjunction between the planet of wanting to be able to charge ahead, and Saturn wants to think things through and slow down, which makes for kind of a clash when it comes to wanting to be able to approach things and move things forward. But they can still work through things, especially if they are willing and they want to. So with Mars and with the Mars person and Saturn person, they could have different approaches, but even with their differences, they could still work pretty well together, and their differences can really complement each other and they can make a good team. The Saturn person can actually help the Mars person when it comes to being able to focus their energy. But at the same time, Mars can help the Saturn person when it comes to being able to give them a bit of a kick when it comes to getting things started and when it comes to getting things moving. But at other times, with the synastry placement, it can be a bit of a frustrating one to have and deal with, especially given their differences and the different places that they are coming from. With the Mars person, they may look at the Saturn person and feel like the Saturn person is kind of holding them back. And the Saturn person can look at the Mars person and feel like the Mars person is just reckless. Because again, Saturn can have a big respect or need to be able to go by the rules, whereas Mars kind of wants to override that and just go ahead and go for it. But when they do manage to work together, they can accomplish quite a lot. And having the synastry can mean having a lot of endurance in the relationship. There may be obstacles in the relationship, but they are going to overcome those obstacles, even though it can be a bumpy road getting there. because it is mixing two very different energies and seeing how it's going to work out together. And if both of the partners are willing to rise to the occasion, they can have a lot of growth and experience these big breakthroughs in their relationship. But it may take a lot of work when it comes to being able to respect each other's differences. But this synastry aspect is one that's going to kind of be a big deal in the relationship, and they can especially balance out those differences. For instance, the Saturn person might be expressing a bit more of a reserved energy in this area, and the Mars person might be a bit more bold, and they can help the Saturn person to be more confident, whereas Saturn can be more cautious. And with the Saturn person, they can help the Mars person when it comes to being able to think things through before they take action and rush into things. The synastry can have its perks in that way. It can also have its cons when it comes to the potential for having conflict or having tension, like constant arguments or misunderstanding. It can happen that the Mars person can view the Saturn person's control and their respect for the rules or wanting to do things a particular way as being controlling over them, and Mars person might want to rebel from the Saturn person, and the Saturn person can also experience the Mars person and their rebellion as being insensitive to their feelings, especially if they have a lot of difficult placements, like having a lot of squares or having a lot of oppositions between other planets in their charts. This can kind of exacerbate that and make things a little bit more frustrating between the two partners. But with the more soft aspects between other placements in their chart, it can actually help soften this impact, and they can be more so open to growth, and they can experience a lot of amazing breakthroughs, able to balance out this energy and being able to trust and build that sense of stability within their relationship that's going to benefit them in the long haul, especially because they learn to respect each other's differences. They can make a very good team in this relationship, and it has really high potential of having that survival endurance contest energy about this dynamic between the Saturn person and the Mars person. But the relationship can really thrive and they can work well together, especially if they are open to the growth that comes with it and are also open to respecting each other's differences and balancing each other's differences out in a constructive way to make the relationship go forward and thrive with passion, and also at the same time with commitment. Well, that does it for this video on having your Mars conjuncting your partner's Saturn in synastry. Thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you found it helpful and enjoyed the video. If you did, please be sure to give this video a thumbs up and to subscribe to this channel for more videos. Well, that is where I love and leave you. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye guys.